I was just about to pop my cookies.
All right. You're guten Abend, guten Morgen, wherever you are around the world. Okay, camera's looking a bit uppy-downy. Hopefully it's okay. Let's continue with a slight twitch change to the plan. So now I want to plan out some nuclear stuff rather than fuel. So that's what we're going to look at kind of first of all, we're going to leave this ticking over. It's making plenty of dark matter crystals. They'll eventually fill up our collection if we are even collecting them. Let's double check that we actually are. And once that's done, I think we have a dark metal crystal bin down the end here. Could it be? Maybe not. Let's check up here. Nope. Quantum processor. Quartz crystal. Oh, and then we're into some other stuff. No dark matter crystals. Okay, let's put them in the end bin here then. So this one. No, this one. No, you could be dark matter crystal. I'm actually not sure if I am. I'll get somewhere else already. I do definitely have one over here. So let's check this quickly. One of these bins has dark matter crystals in it. This one, right. Okay, that's filling up nicely. And modular engines was the other thing, right. We should actually even have smart plating going in the bin now. Might be full, almost. Very close to being full, and modular engines, that's coming along nicely. Nice. Let's check our count here. 5. Yeah, okay, that's all right. It's up there with no power on it. Nothing important, right? Get rid of that. Modular engines, dark matter energy. So we could just give this some turbo motors, although they don't have very many turbo motors, so we might have to make a turbo motor factory quickly. And that one's all fine. This thing is all fine, basically. Okay, so let's do this. Let's put down some of our foundations. I mean, I really should sort this out again. Where is it? Factory floor 2. Let's take this. Slap some of these down out here. Looks like a good spot. We can line it up. Gonna be a bit nasty. And yes you are. Okay, I'm gonna do this then. This will help us to line it up, at least on their level. So please write that one there. Factory floor number 2. Where was it? Yeah, this one. No, I need another level. Under here. So like that. Right, let's grab it now. Should be able to find them there, and then just line it up. Oh, sure, it's fine. Good. And now we'll just put a bunch of these down. We can use this to a bit of planning. But I kind of did this already on my last playthrough, so shouldn't be too difficult. But we have to... Oh, no concrete? Really? Yeah, okay, whatever. It's enough. We can start with this. Give me some power, please, buddy. Yeah, just go there. Down there somewhere, so we can come here like this. Just to give a bit of stuff to walk around on. So we need an end one of these, I think, right? Nope. No, we don't. Let's start right at the end then, right? Plutonium fuel rod, because that we can sink. Okay, it's a manufacturer. Easy enough. And there's only one recipe, so that should be easy. The plutonium fuel rod needs plutonium cells. Okay, steel beams. Steel beams, we don't care about that. Pneumatic control rods and heat sinks. We're probably not going to worry about that either. We'll need a heatsink factory at some point anyway, and electromagnetic control rods we can make at the same time. So that all comes from off or encased plutonium cell. So what's that? Okay, plutonium cell needs a particle accelerator or an assembler. Now, if I remember correctly, we don't take the plutonium pellet. It's made from that and nuclear waste. The non-fissile uranium comes from nuclear waste as well. That's a better one to do, I think, isn't it? Or is this the better one to do? Non-fissile uranium.
Oh, shit. I was just
Get the
about
water
to
back
pop my
over, which we
cookies.
can't do much with, except mix it in with nitrogen again. Blender recipes are good, are generally good though. Let's go back here again. Hang on. No, that's blender, right? And the other one is particle accelerator. 30 per minute. You know, I'm going to have to put both down just for a second. Particle accelerator or a blender. Let's see which one's better. So this one's going to do, what are the two recipes? Encased plutonium cell. Encased uranium cell. Encased uranium cell, but not a plutonium cell. Instant plutonium cell. Oh, it's an assembler. Sorry, not a blender, isn't it? An assembler. To make this one, the encased plutonium cell. That gives us 5 per minute. This gives us 10 per minute. This needs 7.5 per minute. Okay, so 7.5 per minute would clearly come from this. It's 75%. And that's a nasty number of non-fissile uranium, but not a bad number of aluminium casings. 750 watts is not that bad. Plutonium pellets. So this is the question. What's better to do, the non-fissile uranium or the plutonium pellets? So let's have a look. Plutonium pellet comes from a particle accelerator. So we click another one of these. Click here. This would be the plutonium pellet. The other one's the plutonium cell. So this is the plutonium cell, right? Yeah. And this is the plutonium pellet. So this is the standard recipe. So it's probably the worst one. It takes uranium waste, and this takes non-fissile uranium. This takes 100. Ah, okay, so we've got to make the same thing anyway, right? And that is in a manufacturer. Pretty sure. No, that's the blender. That's the blender. Blender. This is the non-fissile uranium, right? Non-fissile uranium or fertile uranium, one of the two. The uranium itself, uranium waste. One of each, nitric acid and sulfuric acid, or silicate. Nitric acid, sulfuric acid, 50. Right, we have to do two of these next to each other so we can compare. So this one takes, this will be the, it's almost always the ultimate, which would be better. Gives us 50 per minute, this gives us 100 per minute for 25 uranium. More uranium, waste, but no actual uranium. Uranium waste 25. There it is, 25. It's a better number, isn't it? But we need 25 uranium as well, so then we need to figure out how much of that we need relative to how much uranium we need to power the nuclear power generator. Right. Now we're better off with this. 2 plutonium pellets. 30 plutonium pellets. At least it's going to make 5 encased cells per minute. He's 7.5. So if this had one of these, 7.5 minutes. Yep. So that's a fine. That's a 1-to-1. So that just goes. This is basically what's going to happen here, at least anyway, in case plutonium cell or this one. I like the idea of a particle accelerator though. So let's say one of those two. It's going to be one of those two. For concrete, okay, that's no big deal. 150 non-fissile uranium, 20 aluminium casings. The aluminium casings is also not a big deal. That's just, that's just over there somewhere. The other one's going to come this way. It's going to be 150 non-fissile uranium. Probably going to be this, alright? 150. Because we can just have, we want to consume a certain amount of waste and uranium in order to make the cells, and then we just make the number of generators at the other end to suit whatever the hell that happens to be. Right? Will make sense, I think. So, so this says to come. We need a nuclear power plant. One of these. And I don't actually know if it's going to be a uranium fuel rod. Burns at 0.2 per minute. And then oh yeah, I was going to say we're better off with this, but if we can get away without rotors and without crystal oscillators, that would be good. Because these are easy to make. Relatively speaking, we can make a lot of them without having to worry about high-speed connectors. But this is 100 to 3 rather than 50 to 1. So if we want to get the most power out of it, probably going to have to do this. Yeah, there's no concrete. At least there's no beams in here, so that's kind of useful. But it doesn't tell us the burn rate. I need to check what the burn rate is there. 1 second. Nuclear power plant. It's a waste rate. Nuclear plant waste. How much waste? I don't think it tells you until you start it up. That's simple. Oh, that's the fandom page. About the fandom page, we want a different page than that. This will tell us on the wiki. Nuclear power plant. So what's it going to tell us? Clock speed, rods per minute, waste per minute. Here we go. So, a normal fuel rod burns at 2 per minute. Rods per minute 0.2. Produces 10 waste, so it's 10 waste per minute for each rod, and then it just goes up. 3 is 15 if you overclock it. So if we overclock this like this, which you probably would do, because then you just wouldn't have to build so many of the damn things, that would produce 25 waste per minute. Require 600 watt per minute, which we can do clearly, and we require a half a rod per minute. We're going to have to leave that page up and keep an eye on it. And then this, so the waste from this I'm going to do that, right? The waste from this would go straight into that. And that would be 25 per minute, so we'd have to take that off. We did that, then this will consume, running at this rate will mean we can run one blender which gives 100 non-fissile uranium, and then the rest of it we kind of have to sort out to be able to handle that. So we have this up to 100. So you can't actually handle them up, and there's 75 per minute, so we'd need 2 of them. Or we go through this one here. We have 2 of these. No, 2 of these, making plutonium pellets. But it's not the alternate. I think we have to use the alternate, right? Yeah, copy. It's following me, right? In cases, I need to figure this out. I don't really need to figure this out. I can figure that out in a little bit. What we can do is the train back from here as well, which is
Just about to pop my cookies.
fuel rod. So we're going to go for a uranium fuel rod. And yeah, like I said, this one, that's the one I think we're going for. It's the only one that really makes sense. Although if we do this, this would consume at 0.5. And then if we run like that, this will make 0.4. If we put the other one and run that at 0.5, be 83%. That's nasty numbers. Can I give this a boost? Give this a boost, right? I want to run on 0.5. Think we do that, yeah? Or we just like bomb it. And this makes 1 per minute, and then one of those can feed 2 of these, right? That works as well, right? Split that. That's fine. That would go there, that would go... That would go into there, that would go off to another one. Another power plant. Because then it's simple, yeah? In case industrial beams, we can set up a factory for that. And electromagnetic controllers, we can set up a factory for that. I know it's not the 0.6er, it's the 0.4 instead, but it's easier. It's easier. We'll get 6250 out of that. So what comes into here? Paste uranium cell. Paste uranium cell. Manufacture or blender. This is the one people normally use, isn't it? They recycle the sulfur back around on itself, which is quite nice. 5 per minute. Let's have a look at it. Actually, let's get a blender open and a manufacturer open. I'll look at the uranium cells. Infused uranium cell and encased uranium cell. So what have we got? 50 uranium, 25 uranium for 20 cells, 50 uranium for 25 cells. What's that? That's 2 to 1, and this is a... Oh, this is the better one, clearly. Let's see if this math works out. 25. Yeah, silica. Not a big fan of silica, although... yeah. I make it from a blender. Really? Silica in a blender? What the hell is that? Dissected silica. Dissolved silica? What on earth is dissolved silica? It's a refinery, is it? Alumina, sulfuric acid. What's purification? This thing? Oh my lord. Raw quartz. Quartz crystals dissolve. Holy moly. Okay. Well, probably not going to worry about that. Forget about that. Okay, which means basically forget about this here. No, it doesn't. Not this one. This one we keep. So silica, we have to find out another way of making silica, and there's plenty of quartz around. We're not going to use it all, so that shouldn't be a big deal. What to do? You're sending me messages. Okay. So, nothing important. Well, at least nothing important for today. So let's do this. So 25 uranium will give us 20 encased uranium cells. 20 encased uranium cells would give us 0.4 of one of these. So this is going to give us, between these two here, yeah, this one here, which is where this one goes, and yeah, sure, this is going to give us 50 waste per minute. The waste is going to come in here. We're going to need 2 of these, right? It's complicated. Do that. This would do that. This will 25 uranium makes 20 cells. So this one we forget about. 25 uranium, 20 cells. 20 cells. It's not enough for this, and this is for the overclock, right? No, okay, we need to overclock this then to give us 50 cells per minute. Oh, why are you a nasty number? It's a nasty number. So here's the thing, right? If this gives us 50 cells, encased uranium cells per minute, we can feed it into here. 50 cells per minute will give us 1 uranium fuel rod per minute. That will power 2 of these. 2 of these will give us 50 waste per minute. We're feeding 50 waste per minute into here. 50 waste, we need 50 uranium. 50 uranium plus whatever the stupid number this is, 62.5. 62.5 times 2. 3, that's 4. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 10 is, yeah, 625. I'm looking for a good number to split by. 250 doesn't really work. 225 doesn't work either. Neither does that. 500 doesn't work. Nasty. Nasty. And if we switch this to the other recipe, I wanted to make 1 per minute. Then it would be 33.333 encased uranium cells, which is also not good. Then I guess you would run it at 1.3. Yeah, maybe you do that. 1.5, sorry. And then you'd power 3 of these things off it. Right. Oh, honestly, I don't want to make crystal oscillators, but I don't have to. It's not that many though, actually, is it? It's not that many, so maybe that is an option. It's probably the way it's supposed to be. So we'd have another one of these. Okay, I'm missing every modular frames. So there would be a third one. Third nuclear power plant. Running off this. Yeah, this stuff, we would sort this out at crystal oscillators. We can make crystal oscillators. So then we've got, instead of So we've got 75 coming out now. 75 waste. 75 waste we can't do like this. So we need 3 of these, right? I should put a sign on this. Would help me to organize things. Big sign. That's not a big sign. Do I not have the big signs unlocked? Oh, maybe I don't. Okay. Note on these. Layout, I just want text, thank you. 3 of these. So 3 of these will require 75 uranium. And then it's 1 of these for each of these. Alright, easy-ish. This makes 50 encased uranium cells. It's still a bad number, isn't it? Then it's 62.5. 5 plus 25 is that. 2 plus 3 times, oops, don't do it. This times 3. 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Oops, not 18. $175. You can do a 175 splitter. I mean, come on. There's gonna be a better way of doing this. Where's the damn blender then? Maybe I have to use the blender. I can't see this is the right thing to do though. Test uranium cells. We want to make how many per minute? 50. I mean, it's a nice round number then, isn't it? 100 uranium for 50 encased cells. But this is such a better recipe. It would work actually. Would it work if you did this? It'd give you 40. You turn this down to 40. Gives you 1.2. For 1.2, then you can run 1.6. 1.2 gives you 4, so then you would run these at 200% instead of 250. It'd be 5,000 each. Each one would use each one would consume 0.4 per minute. This would create 1.2 per minute, which is 3 times 0.4. That would work. You'd still have the 3 power plants here. Each one would produce 20 waste. So then you would need to be able to handle 60. So you could do that with, well, I have no idea what the number here is. 240. There you go, 240. Right. You'd need 60 uranium and 60 waste, but okay, so the all right, maybe this is the good, maybe this is it. 40, yeah, this is the one we're still doing. 40, 50. That's 50 uranium there, plus. Not yet, Mel. I'm considering it. I just want to lay it out to see if it's easier to set up than the fuel will be. Yeah, basically doing the maths. Yeah. Just trying to figure out what's the right layout, because I haven't done nuclear for a very long time. So I'm just going through the numbers and the alternates and trying to figure out which way is the best to do it. And it's basically coming down to how much uranium I'm going to have to need to process. So I'm looking for some nice numbers. I think I've got to delete that. I've got to ignore that. Just a thingy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, turbo fuel is not that easy though either. By the time you add everything into it and then doing the rocket fuel and stuff on top, which you really should do, to make some decent power out of those, it's quite often easier just to skip to this. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do. But I'll still stick to the idea of doing it on the Spire Coast, because we'll pull this uranium node down, and we'll just fly, we'll just drone the rest of the uranium and from around the world. Just a matter of trying to figure out what's the good ratio. So what I have here at the moment is sort of 50 uranium coming in here. It's going to give me 40 encased cells. From the 40 encased cells, I can make 1.2 rods per minute. From that I can power 3 generators at 200%, which gives me 60 waste per minute. So then the 60 waste can go into here and be at least turned into non-fissile uranium, and then the rest of that cleaning up stuff comes afterwards. But you need enough uranium to power this and these, you know, at the same kind of time. So it's a 60 plus theoretically 50 to run that system, right? 60 plus 50, it's 110. And what might not be great, we can do some sort of, we can do some sort of split with that. I could do a 660 belt, you know, if we have 660 uranium coming in. That we can do, and then we can split it up to 6, and then we can have 6 of these. If we can get hold of 660 uranium, that's the next question. We'll put down a sign here. Sure, whatever, doesn't matter. It's going to be this one. 6 of these. These means 660 uranium. Actually, it doesn't. 6 uranium in total. 15 post processing. Right. Makes sense, because here you would have, if you had 6 of these, there'd be 300 coming in here. Right. 300 goes in there. Oh, the cat's here. And the other 360 would go in here. This would handle all the waste. Then we just need to make a bunch of nitric acid, which we can do because there's nitrogen over in that corner. There's sulfuric acid over in that corner as well. So that's not a big deal. This can go away. Don't need that. And then from here we're making 240 non-fissile uranium. And what the hell do we do with that? Go either pellet route or the other route. 100 to 30. Piece plutonium cell, plutonium pellet. I guess this is the one you should use. Gives us 20 cells from, okay, so it's 75 to 110. So it's 240, 240. We're going to write this to 120 something. We get to 120? Almost. Wouldn't be that. So 2 of those. 16, 2 of those per one of these. Right. And then, so then we've got 1632 of these. 32. Oh, Jesus. Probably need a crap ton of manufacturers to handle all 32. Can't even get that up to 16, right? No, I can't get up to 16. That's 18. What if you did the topped up? 18.75. Yeah, if you had 2 of these. Oh, how many of these have we got? I just forgotten all my maths. Was it we did? We said 6 of these, right? The 6 of these means a lot of those. 6 times 3 is what? 18? Is that only 18? Okay. 18 times 5,000. But still 90,000 megawatts. It's quite a bit. But one of these, right? So not 6 anymore. 60. It's one of these. 1, not 3. One of these. And one of these, we need 2 of these. But 2 of these, we're having 6 of those. 2 of those means it's 16 times 12. 192 of these HPC cells we're going to have per minute. 192 of those. Going to give us... Oh, we don't get to 19.2. Jeez, what's 192 divided by something? Wrong button. 192 divided by 6. 6 is a nice number. By 9. 12. 16. So we can get this to 16. Must be a nice number there somewhere. 2, 1, 2, and 4. Yeah. 2, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3. There you go. So something like that. And then you'd need one of these. Okay, I need an absolute ton of heat sinks. I need like 60 heat sinks per minute or something to do this. Wow. Okay, but the math works, so we can get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that anymore. We're not going with that route. We're going with this route. So, right. Where's the outie? That's the innie. Oh, that is the outie. Sorry, outie goes from here to here. Where the innie is on this, there, go to there. Sure. So, then we're back to this point. This one here. There's a like that. And the other bits we work out somewhere else. Control lots oscillators and rotors here. I'll just go somewhere. And we have a rotor factory we can put down somewhere just to make rotors. That's easy enough. Takes a bit of iron. Okay, so then this just needs uranium. Sulfur is easy, silica is relatively easy, and quick wire. There's a lot of quick wire. But we can transport that around. So there you go. That's the nuclear plan. Quite simple when you look at it that way. Doo-doo. Yeah, we all agree? Of course we do. Looks easy. I've got a bunch of crystals lining up, hopefully. Okay, so should we try and plan parts of it then? What could we do? Very little, actually. There's very little you can do. Oh, you could set this up as a bunch. I could actually do that. Let's copy those settings. We'll load it up into here, and we'll just paste it down so we can have a few of those that are at least easy to put down, because we need 12 of them anyway, so we might as well load up one of these. What that'll do. Oh, that's the wrong one, sorry. Dark matter crystals is definitely not the right one. We need a 6x6 though. Time crystal prototype. Elevator parts, isn't it? 6x6, sure, modular engine will do. So we'll just paste these, paste that, paste that. And then we should have 6x6 plutonium fuel rod production, right? Plutonium fuel rod. Rod. Gotta put this in a different directory, which is going to be. I don't have a nuclear one. Edit. Add new category. Nuclear. Like that. Come here. Add subcategory. Add blueprint here. Changes. Save it. Okay, good. Making how many? 0.25. 533. Oh, why are you such a nasty number? Why are you such a nasty number? What if I... What if we just take all these out? What does it do then? Be 7.5. Divided by 7.5. No, I can't have. I have to leave it like that. Doesn't really matter. 0.533. 0.533 times 3. 1.6. Making 1.6. 6. Plutonium fuel rods. Rods. Save that again. Let's figure out what it needs. Requires 16 times 3. Oh man. Yeah. 1 second. Why do I have to note this? I'll write this down. As soon as my notepad starts up properly. But it was loading something that's clearly either large or a long way away. Check that. Nope, don't want that, thank you. So 16 cells, 9.6 beams.
Oh, shit. I was just about
2.2
cookies.
ACRs and 5.333 heat sinks. Okay, so now we're going to work out boom. What is button? Okay, what's 5.233? That's 9, 16. So that's 16 of those. What is 3.2? That's that 9.6 ECRs. That's these are they're nasty numbers. I hate this. 9.6 of those. 9.6 beams gives us 28.8 times 3, 28.8, and 16 times 3 is 48. So that's the easy one to work out. Okay. Requires 48 encased plutonium cells. 28.8, 8 encased beams, 9.6 control rods. 9.6, sorry, 9, yes, 9.6, and we need 16 heat sinks. Heater sinks. Right. Yes, I'll overwrite that. Thank you. So if that's that. Basically this step here, you know? A whole bunch of those. We're going to need 4 of those just to handle 660 uranium per minute. there's probably no point really in setting this up as a blueprint, is there? What do I say? I need one of these. It's doing 240 per minute. I need 2 of these. I mean, I could try it, right? Does it fit? Let's see if it fits. If the 2 of them fit, then they should do. We also have to make sure that we can find 660 uranium as well. And let's clear that one. Let's take all the goodies out of the box. And let's see if we can put down 2 of these somehow. In a place where, yeah, it's a bit like that. You can fit one here? No. Not going to fit in, is it? No, okay, well then we can't do that. So that's a waste of time. So forget about that second stage. I have to do that manually. This stage here. What do we do with this? So we said we'd need... You know what I have to keep in mind here? Is if we can do it as a single step, a single line. So that if we have like 110 uranium coming in on each channel and 50 goes off to make the uranium cells, 60 goes off to make the plutonium cells, and it's just one big line, in which case that thing we just built for this, 3 of these, 16 32s, 4, it's handling, it's a bit of a waste of time now. No, it's not a waste of time. We need... Start again. No, not starting again. We said 6 of these, right? Each set needs 110, right? So if we just forget about the whole other bit and we'll figure out how to do 110 limiter at some point. Not that difficult, I don't think. So let's go back onto this. No, we can do that. Can we? Maybe I have to think about that. So one of these, 40 cells, one of these, that we can build 2 of those together, that's fine, and then that feeds into 3 of these, 3 of these goes to 1 of these. Yeah, 1 of these, and then 1 of these goes to 2 of these, 2 of these goes to 16, right? One of these goes to 1 of these, so we don't even need to prototype that. We shouldn't have bothered. It's just a bit of a waste of time. What we could do is set up this bit here, which is the uranium fuel rod and the infused uranium cell, uranium silica sulfur quickwire. And we're going to need like 6 inputs into the little module. You know what we need to do? We need to check what is the uranium up there. I think it's impure. Need to know how much we're dealing with. So it's impure. We're only going to get 300 out of it. Wait for it to ping. Yep. I could have just looked at it anyway. You're impure. Now what about the one that's over here somewhere? This one is normal. Is there another one? Just those 2, yeah? Yeah. So those are the 2 we've claimed. So, there's another one? Where is it? That way? This one here is normal. Okay, so we could... don't have to worry about too much about getting that one. So let's pretend that we're dealing with these two at the moment. So with Mark III miners, that gives us a total of 900 uranium. Yeah, I know there is. It's just a long way away, and I can get that one easy enough, and I've already got the one over there. Although I'm not doing very much with that one at the moment. But if we had 900 divided by 110, doesn't work so well, is it? But that gets us pretty damn close. We could run 8 of them. 8 systems. 8 systems, which would give us would give us 8 times 3 times 5,000, 120,000 megawatts. That'd be alright, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd be fine. I'm sure we're going to get so much silica out of it. Things like that. Silica, we can at least do some recipes like this one or this one. Yeah, not actually not the blender one. That's quite a step too far, but it does make a lot of silica. So yes, it is. Yes, it is ash. Which is exactly what we're trying to have a look at here. Tossing up whether to do a big fuel factory on the Spire Coast or a nuclear one. And to be honest, I haven't done a nuclear power setup since update 2, so it's kind of the way I'm leaning. And it doesn't look horrendously complicated. Well, no, at least not much more complicated than turbo or rocket fuel is. So yeah, just playing around with the numbers and trying to figure out what's the ideal sort of way to go. And we reckon this is it. So, oh guys, sorry, ads are about to kick off on Twitch. It's in phase 4. Nuclear, yeah, I think it is. Yep. I think so. No, but it's not complicated. You know, when you lay it out like this, it's just a few machines, really. There's some of the stuff leading into here is a bit of a, actually not that one, this one. Electro control odds, crystal oscillators and rotors are a bit of a pain in the butt. But we'll sort them out in a second. Anyway, so guys, there's some ads coming up on Twitch in 20 or 30 seconds. So we're just going to switch over to a sort of intermission screen, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. So you won't miss any talking, and I won't do very much. I'll just maybe prepare a few things before heading over to the Spire Coast. So catch you again in 5 minutes.
was just about to pop my cookies.
Okay. I was showing like a really low bitrate and lots of buffering things going on, but I just did a refresh and it seems to be working okay now. So I guess if you're getting buffering, just try to refresh your browser and see if it fixes it. Anyway. Yeah, so basically I'm just doing a bit of tidy up here, getting rid of some stuff that I don't need to carry around with me the whole time. Putting a bunch of stuff in here to send it around and get it back into the containers again. I don't need that either. Have a bin of power shards. Probably don't need to carry the summer scoops around with me. Okay, cool, thanks. Those into there. Right, now, if we're going to go off and build a whole bunch of foundations, we'll need some concrete. So let's just grab a whole bunch of that, so we don't have to constantly take it from the bin, which will run out for sure. Yeah. Oh, we'll just clear it all out, shall we? There we go. Nice. Okay, so that's a bunch of concrete. We're going to make a whole lot of these factory floors, which are... I should sort this out. I will sort this out off stream one day, so you don't have to look at me trying to figure out where everything is anymore. Factory floor 2, didn't I just see it there? Factory floor 2, there it is. So we want to make a whole bunch of those. We don't care. We're going to make a Mark 3 power pole, sorry, so we can, for whatever reason, have that clicked, selected. So we need a bunch of concrete, a whole lot of that, steel beams, wire, and iron rods. So we'll just take some of those for the hell of it. Take a couple of these just so we don't have to worry about them either. And steel beams, right? Steel beams. So let's just take a bunch of those. All right. So we can remember what we want to do there, yeah? For sure. So the reason I want to go over to the Spire Coast is... Well, not actually to the Spire Coast. We're going to go to this area just in front of us here in a second. Check the map. I'm going to go up here because there's lots of accessible water, which is great for the nuclear power plants. And there's the nitrogen over here, and there's sulfur right there. So we can hopefully get enough of both of those out of this thing. Rogue Legacy 2. Everybody's playing Satisfactory, ain't it? You'll be playing it for the rest of your life, Mel. So many hours wasted in this game. I need to build a hypertube because I fear I'm going to run backwards and forwards through here a few times. And I guess what we can do later on is sort of extend and make a what do I want to say? A sort of oil processing center off the end here for all the oil. Maybe we can just turn all that into plastic and rubber and stuff like that. So I'm guessing this is not overclocked. No. So if we were to overclock this, we'll get quite a bit of nitrogen out of there, which is kind of good. So let's just see how far out here we can head before we run out of power. And we also need to keep an eye out on how long we can put a water extractor down for. Because just because it shows on the map doesn't necessarily mean that you can put an extractor on it. Alright, now we need to just set up here first second. So let's grab a 2-meter foundation, put it on the world grid. Sure, that'll do. Get some zooping going on there. Let's get it out here somewhere. Now we're just going to build it up a little bit. So we can line our factory floor up with it somehow. Grab that, bring it over here. We want the bottom of the floor to be quite close to the bottom, I guess, to to not quite sitting in the water, but more or less. That should be okay. I'll try and go down one little bit, alright, see if we can. Can we go down anymore? Like we need another one underneath, I think. Sure. Replaying old games. Yep. Trying to think of some of the old games I used to play. If it was 30 years ago, he's just a young fella. If we do like that, are we actually in the water? We're walking on the water, which I think is close enough. Oh, he's just a young fella. Alright, let's make sure we're on blueprint mode. Make sure we figure out to put it in the right place now. I think I just did it again. Got to bring some power with me so I don't fall over anywhere. Now, what I could also kind of think of is a bit of layering going on here as well. In terms of, some basic aesthetic designs for the factory setup. Bring it over here. No, it's in the wrong spot. So I'm guessing, I mean, yeah, we can do kind of whatever we want here. What do you reckon?
Oh, shit! I was just about to pop my cookies.
Trying to think. We have. I should have brought the design ideas with me. But we're going to have a bunch of these, right? Yeah, which is doing the uranium fuel unit, right? The one we decided we were going to do. So feeding into that is, for each one, a particle accelerator. The particle accelerator. Can you show me the uranium rods if you plant it? What do you mean? Well, if you mean if I planned. So if we're going to be right, this is that the right one? Instant plutonium cell? It is, isn't it? And this we overclocked. Oh, I don't have any. Ah, damn it. Let me grab this. I need a bunch of power shards. So this is the one we overclocked to. Something up here, right? No, 16, right? Ah, that's right, one more, and then 16 per minute. So 16 of those, yeah, right, so that's correct. So we need 2 of these, right? So it's 2 of these. Okay. Copy that recipe, paste it here. Right. And then all these will be sunk into a resource sink somewhere. So we would put that down over here somewhere. Awesome sink. Sure. Comes out of here. Well, goes over there. Like that. And another one of these over here somewhere. We've got a bit of a problem. No, I think we can still extend that way, so it should be right. Okay, and then on the back end of this, because you can make this look quite cool, right? You do that already. Where's the output? Output is there. So we can have these facing each other. Actually, before I do that, copy that recipe. Copy that recipe, paste it into here. Get rid of this. Take this. Spin it around the other way. Yeah, so we have a belt coming down here. Thump, thump, thump. Comes on, comes on. Goes into there. You're a hip-hop teacher. Well, that's pretty cool. That's a cool job. So, this is step 1, 3, and 2, right? This has the control rods, the oscillators, and the rotors coming in, and we might just do that somewhere over there and just have a bus system running on here, as much as I hate buses. Or infrastructure down underneath, which is probably the best thing to do, because spread that out quite a bit. This needs the non-fissile uranium and the encased, the uranium thing, the thingamajiggies. The aluminium casings, which we will somehow get running once this is all up and running. Going to be a bit of a catch-22 there. This needs the right recipe. Right. So non-fissile uranium, now that came from a manufacturer, right? That came from a manufacturer here. That was making the alternate. This one, overclocked to 200%, 1.2 per minute. Right, and that. Oh, so it's a nuclear, the power plants have to go in the middle. You're downloading something in the background, the stream keeps freezing? I mean, there was an autosave a few seconds ago. I'm not downloading anything that I'm aware of. I have no drop frames. And everything looks pretty good. Not a fantastic upload bitrate at the moment, but not the worst I've ever seen. So I hope it's not that bad. Oh. Yeah, so my bad. This doesn't go here. Something else goes in between. And this here, it's going to go back over here a bit. And just 1 second, and we're going to take this and copy that, paste it over here. How many stations have I planted already? In this playthrough, none. But I'm planning on 3 nuclear plants per 110 uranium. That should do you. So yeah, that's a good problem. I don't have enough heavy modular frames, I think. Since I don't have a heavy modular frame factory. Jeez. It sounds like a fun job. I have to make some heavy modular frames. I can make 25 of them, so that's kind of good. Oh my god, Mel, that must be so tedious. Yeah. If you're looking at for, what do we got now? We've got another 40 minutes till the next ad break. So I tend to do these streams at the moment in about 2-hour chunks. And I'm planning on kind of uploading them to YouTube as well. So if you want to hang out for another 40 odd minutes, we can jump out of this save into another one, which is probably broken because it was pre-update 8. Or it was an update 8 save, so it probably won't run anymore. You can have a quick look through there. If anybody's interested. Want to borrow some? Not at the moment, thanks. That's one of the things I have to make. I have to make a heavy modular frame factory up. Run the wrong way, that one. But I don't even have a modular frame factory, so actually I need another 25. Not my bad. Oh, really? Oh, I have no screws. Yep. Wow. Okay. We really don't want to wait for that, do we? No, not particularly. So then would be an interesting thing. Actually, I need some power here before I run out of everything. If we could integrate the water system into here as well. And what I'm looking at is sort of a single line system from here stretching out to there. So all the reactors will end up lining up along here. Boom, boom, boom. As far in each direction as we need to go. And then and then we can just add more as we go, you know. The only problem is we'll need that 110 splitter. And some random amount of items coming in here as well. But don't worry about that later. This is the thing I want to look at now. So let's, I want to make screws. Quite tedious. But it'll let me make some heavy modular frames quickly. Oh, Jesus. What's my limit now? 4 screws, isn't it? Can I just do this quickly? Manufacturer. Fixable frames. Something without... Sure, do that one. Make some of that modular frames. Case beams and steel pipes. Modular frames. One of those.
Oh, shit. I was
Case beams,
just
steel
about to pop
pipes.
my cookies.
Case beams. I didn't bring the summons loose from there, that's a bit annoying. How many are you going to make per minute? 7 per minute. Oh, steel pipes? Steel pipes, go. Are you also not going to make me very many, are you? Okay, what's that might be an easy way of doing it. But it's not. Okay. Well, let's go a bit further then. You know, we know the plan is here. Really? Fix the internet for streamers. Good lord. I imagine that's a little they're putting you under a bit of pressure then, aren't they? That's not even doing it, that's 480 water. How many extractors is that then? Let's just double check that. It's not logistics, it is production. Where is it? Water extractor. So if we overclock this, we get 300. We need 240, yeah? So we need 2 of those. Okay. 2 of those per, whatchamacallit? Okay, then we need a gap. We need a gap between this bad boy. Yeah. Him and... let's do that. Paste it there, get rid of this. And that's not quite in the right spot, but if we did this here, that there. So this is just an idea at the moment. I have a layer where you could put in extract this. Resource is not deep enough. Really? I think you actually are. I think. Well, at least I bloody hope so. You're deep enough there. Yeah, I think you just don't work because... Because what? Because of this, probably. We can get rid of this. Really not deep enough here? That was pretty damn deep. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, let's get rid of this then. That. If that makes it work. Oh, hell. Let me get rid of some of these. Yeah, I mean, it was deep enough before when I was fapping about like this. Yeah, it's interacting with something. Okay, then we have to work around it, I guess, like this. Yeah, they went in the wrong spot. See if this works. That. Get rid of that. There you go, so now it works. Yeah, I know we have to kind of line it up properly. Can actually fit 6 in there though, so yeah, it just must have been something with the way I had the foundation sitting there, just not lined up correctly. Anyway, so that works just fine. Right, imagine that we're going to have another one of those here. Maybe we've got enough. How many have I got now? Can I make another 3? At least we can have the things laid out. Yeah, I can. Excellent. Excellent. So, at least here, which is not going to work because of that stupid power line. And it's actually backwards. Yeah, it's backwards. We kind of want it this way, I guess. Yep, I know power now. So you can just imagine pipes come from there around to here, but then it's probably going to be the other way around, right? Probably more the case that this would be reversed. These would be back here, those would be in front. Yeah, okay. Give me power, baby. Give me power. You come over here. Okay, let's just delete these in. Put these back in again. I feel we're a bit tight here as well. So get rid of this one here. Bring it back and we'll just make it in the middle somewhere like this. I don't know what's a good spot. Maybe that's a good spot. I have to get back a bit further than that, I think. Let me get rid of this. Look at this. We'll go back a little bit. Like that. 2 and up on the way. 3. Okay. Get rid of that. So now it's interesting. Now we put these in the wrong spot, I think. Okay, let's get rid of that, but put it here in the middle of this one here. So like that. That. It goes there. Right, just so you guys having a massive chat with each other. So I would line this up a bit nicer, I guess, later on, but it's going to sort of go roughly there. We can't quite fit it that way. That would be 4. No, maybe I was actually better off where I was before. 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is multiplayer, yep. This game has everything. I spread this out more. Actually, what we really need is a 6x6 foundation, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would work even better. Then that could go straight on top of it. We just spread it out like this. Yeah, I know. Quite used to it. Well, you guys hanging out here is probably the most I've had in this stream for a very long time. Certainly the most chatters. So anyway, let's try and come up with something here. That one went there. Let me just get rid of these ones here a little bit. We'll try and space it up a little bit better. So if this was to go like here, 1 and 2. I honestly think we're better off with a 6x6. 6x6 foundation layout rather than this 4x4. It fits on the 4x4 though. She does it. I'll take that back, maybe it doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. No, it doesn't. 5x5 foundation? Can I make one of those, please? No, I can't. Let's get rid of this for a second. And let's load, or at least try to put in one of those factory floors. Factory floor 2. And we'll try and line it up just on the edge. Like that. Take this and we'll extend it over here. Over here. Over power. So we'll move this to the middle, which is going to be here. Take this slot here, move that to the side as well. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make a huge difference. Take this, put it here. This one here, put it here. Rid of that. Rid of that.
Oh, shit.
Rid of these. Stick it on the corner here.
Cookies.
Get rid of that. It doesn't look the same, does it? Why not? Alright, tell me this is something I painted back in the day, isn't it? No, crap, what colour did I paint it? Oh dear, oh dear. Nope. Oh, no, I'm never going to be able to find this. You're not then? Maybe we change this up to give it a different material. It's a material, like everybody likes that one. Coated concrete. I like the coated concrete. Grip metal, no, not grip metal. That is what it is, it's just, this is the wrong colour. If I take this and put it here, doesn't give me the same colour. Damn, what did I do with it? It was such a long time ago. Didn't give it a pattern. Oh, there it is. Well, that surely so it looks like it, doesn't it? Pretty close. Watch 3. Just the secondary colour's a little bit different. Right, that'll do. Do it like this for everything, then it'll look the same. It doesn't look so different from the other type, so you won't notice it at all. Right? No one will notice it. I will save this as a 5x5 factory floor. And we'll set its directory as buildings, I think. 5x5 factory floor. Good. Save it there. Okay. So now we can clear that designer. We can put that here. Get rid of that. So I can build one of these back again. But first of all, I guess we start again at the front, right? With a 5x5 factory floor. And we're just going to nudge it hopefully into place there so it lines up with the rest of the world. Right, and then we'll just get rid of these ones here. We'll work our way across. All making sense, right? This and that. Put this one here. Oh god, this is so much easier. So much easier than what we used to have to go through. Okay, so here would be, wait, delete that one. Grab this bad boy here. Put him here in the middle of these 5. Get rid of this. Grab one of these, which would go, you know, at a place to be improved upon later on. Train crossroads, yep. Trains, you want some train tips? We can get to that. We'll jump into the other save later on. Ah, come here. Got that. So we'll go here. So put the same thing in the middle. Another 2 of these will just basically go like that. This is looking right, actually. This will work fine. Okay, so I'm kind of liking that. I know it's not quite in the right spot, but imagine just put something real temp in. So try and do it properly. From there to there, with a junction in the middle, going up. Another one from there to there on a thing like that. You know, move that closer over here, perhaps. We'll put it in the middle, put some walkways down each side. Right. Oops. Okay, then for each line, still dealing with this, aren't we? So I kind of want 2 of these. Yeah, the surface is too uneven, and they're actually going to be quite large. And we could do them back to back instead of in line with each other. And just have split things coming down the middle, right? So if it was to go somewhere like this, inputs at the back, right? Oh yeah, that's right at the back. Oh, that's right, it's around the wrong way. Okay. Go the other way. That way. Inputs at the back, inputs at the front. So something like that. Oh, who was that? Ash, thanks very much, mate. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Very kind. Welcome, welcome. Hope to see you back again soon. Thanks for all the chats you guys are doing. Really cool. So, that and that, right? So then the output from here comes over here. Boom, boom, boom. It's very, very temporary. Don't worry about it. Splitter. Oh no. Just do that for the minute, right? Goes from there to there. This one goes over to there. Pretend that it's not doing what you see it's doing. We fit in the 5 thing there, 5 by 5 values, and I can't turn this up anymore because I can't get to 2 times 160%. Okay, so then that, and then this bad boy here goes here, and the output from this comes here and goes from there like that, and then we have a merger here that does that. Right, so we need to feed this with uranium as well, right? Copy this one, do that. Alright, cool, we'll do. Yeah, honestly, the Discord, I know I should use it more, I really don't. So I do apologize for that. But there are some interesting things going on there sometimes. So I will do my best to try and put some more effort in there. Yeah, so that would be that, right? That's kind of it. This we just need to feed with aluminium casings. There's not that many. So, you know, there's chain coming in from the left here, I presume. Or it's not even that way. We say that's going to be underneath somehow. We'll do the aluminium underneath. We'll keep all the nuclear stuff on top and do the everything else underneath. Yeah, so there'll be a hole here. A hole in exactly the wrong spot there. It's hitting the wrong spot again. Oh my god. There we go. And go like that. So then we'll do the aluminium casings underneath. Question then of whether we would do this stuff on top here or underneath as well. I kind of almost wouldn't mind a belt running down here, and I think it would be quite the antithesis of all my gameplay to have manifolds making uranium fuel units, since I don't use them anywhere else. I have to use them somewhere, so why wouldn't I use them here? So actually, we should actually go there, should go here, I think. So the guy who never uses manifolds just does them at the end, at the very last thing. Seems somehow appropriate, doesn't it? Whatever, Mel? I think that's alright. As you would, honestly, I would populate it anyway. Whatever these things need, I would make sure they had enough off, you know, that you could fill them up with electronic control rods and oscillators and rotors before you started giving it any uranium, so it wouldn't be such a big thing, I don't think. That would be funny. But I don't know when it's the right height. As it was. And then just put these on here. Boom. Well, these can even be slower than that. They don't need to be that. They can be Mach 1s. So then we'd get a variety or a type of splitting on them anyway, balancing on them anyway by doing that. Okay. So what have I missed? I have a feeling I've missed something, haven't I? Have I got this wrong? I think this might actually be wrong. Isn't this wrong? Isn't it? It is too, you idiot. G'day, horsey. All good, mate. 240. Non-fissile uranium. Where's the non-fissile uranium step? Ah. Ah. I left a whole step out. I left a whole step out. We're doing some nuclear planning, horsey. You broke the trains? Uh-oh. How did you do that? This one. No, not this one. No. Non-fissile uranium. Which one's that? What did I miss, guys? What did I miss? One of these? No.
Oh, shit.
Where's
I was just about to pop my cookies.
non-fissile uranium is made in a blender. It's made in a blender. No, I don't want that. Is this the wrong recipe? No, it's the right recipe. Oh, how did I forget the blender step? Oh, no, heavy modular frames. Brilliant. Can I build it now? Nah, 7 heavy modular frames I need. Yeah. You laugh, mate. Laugh. Go on. It's all planned out back at base. Boom. It all looks good. And then I've missed something. But a train to transport 3 made a right mess up to you. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, one of these two, right? This one, right? What was it, the other one? No, it's definitely not that one. Definitely this one. We want this to do 240 per minute. This needs the uranium and the uranium waste, and that's, yeah. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I messed it up. Did you get a clip of it? Good on you. So here's what I did. This big contraption here can actually take up all the space for all of these. Hilarious. Yeah, I bet it was. So these can actually go next to each other. It's kind of nice. And actually they can go, I do this better than this. Get rid of that. No. And that. Take that, paste that there. Create this power here. So we got mapped out what we want, horsey. I'm just trying to get it into a nice coherent layout, basically. Bang. Give me power, boys! Give me power! Thank you. Give me another one of these over here somewhere so I don't keep falling down. So this is what's going to happen now. So we're going to put a blender in the middle here. A blender. Leave that blender. I'm going to make another blender. Going to go here somewhere. Whatever. We're going to pump the other stuff into it. It's going to make this, and it's going to do it at 240 per minute. And then this is not going to do this. This is going to go mergy. here somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, bad example. Needs to be a bit further out than that. So I can see what I'm doing. Let's put that one as well. That would help. That goes from there to there, there to there, there to there, there to here. So you can make clips. Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks complicated, but I don't think it's really that much more complicated than doing rocket fuel, for example. I've never tried that yet, but as I was talking to the guys earlier on, I think it's I think I'm going to skip the whole fuel thing this time and just go straight and jump into the nuclear. So that's why we're here trying to lay out what we think is going to work. I mean, there's enough uranium from this node and one another node to make 120,000 megawatts. So if I can do that, it's not bad, is it? It's not bad. I might have to use my coal plant and my existing fuel plant to power this, but that's okay. I'm relatively happy with that. So we just saw what's this stage on this side is sorting out the plutonium processing so that we can sync the items coming out of there. So I'm just doing a basic layout here. This is going to do that. This is going to go over here to that. So these two will both need 120 non-fissile uranium, which we'll get from this. 240 divided by 2 is 120. That's going to be the same recipe as this one. Copy that. Paste it there. And then these, this can go away. These are going to feed together. Probably in a way that looks a bit nicer than this. Into this manufacturer, which is not going to go there, it's going to go here instead. Or can actually even go here now. Here we go a bit closer, I can go here. Inside this section, yeah, inside that section. And then basically what we'll have is, it'll actually balance out quite well, I think. You'll have the 3 reactors, you'll have the 6 extractors, you'll have 2 particle accelerators, 1 blender, 1 manufacturer, and they'll all take up 3 5x5 things. So actually the nuclear reactors will all just be in a straight line. So will all the particle accelerators, all the water extractors will all be in a line down there as well. Yeah, that's why I don't do that. I don't use satisfactory tools anymore. I lay it out and just to see what it's going to be like. I find it easier to do it like this. But then I plan from back to front, yeah? You know what I mean? Compared to a lot of other people. Tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to put down some transport here, because some hypertubes, because I will want to be going forwards and backwards between these things. So I'll just get this done here. Put it on noodle, so that we can come backwards and forwards a bit easier than traveling through the things. So I'll go back to base anyway. So let's just go do that, right? But it's going to be a good spot for building, because there's nitrogen here, there's sulfur here. It's all quite useful for that sort of stuff. We get up here? Yeah, indeed we can. Somehow about there, but nice. To make gas canisters. Yeah. I did something similar. I set it up ages ago. I think there's like 6 industrial containers full of containers now. And I've really got nothing to do with them yet. But they're just using a little bit of plastic and building up and up and up and up. So if I ever want to use containers for anything, it's not going to take me ages to get it running. Oh, gas canisters. You mean do you mean gas canisters, or do you mean like petrol canisters. So I should just bring this over here somewhere, or should I bring it? No, I'll take it all the way down because we're going to go that way anyway. Ads going to come up in a minute. I'm going to delay them though. But actually, I'm not going to delay them. Watch the ads, and while you're doing that, I'll get out of this save and into the other save. Just bring this over to. It's a bit. No, oh, damn, I did this wrong actually. We're going to head over to the storage bins because that's probably where we're going to be going most of the time. Come on. Get rid of that, get rid of that. I kind of been the wrong way here with this. We'll go back this way anyway. Sure, we'll go to there. I'll just put a couple of things down here, cannons to get us going a little bit faster. A couple of entrances. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where that. And that. Upgrade this to a Mark II. Power in here. Right, so we can go back there real quick if we want to. Yeah, but Americans call it gas, mate. And it's a liquid, so. Yeah, let me delay that ad just by 5 minutes so we can just recover this and make sure we didn't miss anything. Oh, hello. Oh, am I running out of round? It's Sam. That's interesting. It's not good. Got this one here though. Take all of that. Put in there. Get all that. Put into there. I want to keep the dark crystals going. Morning, Fred. You caught us just at the end, almost at the end of the stream. It's double checking that I didn't make a mistake with my nuclear planning here. That everything that I've just built over there is correct to what I've had here. That was plutonium fuel rod, right? And there was not an alternate for that. There is no alternate for that. Plutonium fuel rod. Oh, there is an alternate. There's an alternate. Why didn't I look at the alternate? It's an assembler. Why didn't I look at this horsey? Where the hell is it? This one. What does this give me then? So we give me. This is a 30 to 1. 30 plutonium cells to 1 plutonium rod. 20 plutonium cells to 1 plutonium rod with a pressure conversion cube. The pressure conversion cubes need radio control units and fused modular frames. And fused modular frames are not easy to make because, yeah, they require everything else. Ugh. So 20 to 1 or a 30 to 1. And I think we just stick with this. It's not. Oh, hang on, wait a second. That's half 1 per minute. 0.25 per minute. So it is better. But it's a 2 to 1 versus a 3 to 1 now. 21 to 31. So do we really care though? Because the effort to make pressure conversion cubes when you don't have a yeah, when you don't have the other side of that pressure conversion cube. There's no other way of making it. Oh, I don't have a heavy modular frame factory. I don't have a modular frame factory. Radio control unit factory. I'm not making crystal oscillators yet, although I will have to. Jeez, and all of that just to get a little bit more plutonium fuel rods, and we don't care. We only want to sink them anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we're just going to stick with that. We're going to stick with that. So forget it. Forget about that. We're not doing the alternate unless unless I set up all those factories later on, then we can just switch out the last thing, which is probably just as easy as anything else. That would be an easy thing to fix once we build the factories. If we have a radio control unit and a pressure conversion cube factory, then that'll be fine. Okay, so this is correct. We have that set up correctly. This is the blender step that I forgot, which is now in place and will be okay. We have 3 of these hooked up. Each one needs 2 water extractors, overclock quite a bit. We have 1 of these set up, which is the last thing we've done on the back of the nuclear power as it exists at the moment. And then we still need to set up the UK's uranium cell factory for the uranium, silica, sulfur, and quick wire. And that's a good question. Do we have any deuterium nearby that's not that one? So I see one thing going on here, which is actually, why am I doing this? I've got all these things open. What was it? Over there. This one, isn't it? It's a pure one. So we can make a lot of quick wire out of that. I think, like I'm gonna do this add one more time. I think what we could probably do is set up a quick wire factory at that node and just get some drones running up to get rid of them and move them around. But if we want drones, we need batteries. And we'll need some sort of fuel for them. And I don't have anything yet. I need to make batteries. So I need to make batteries anyway. But I can't make them yet because I don't have enough power. So, what are you going to do? I'm going to save this game here and say that planning is underway. So I'm going to save that and say nuclear. Nuclear is the way. Is the way. Yeah, so we're going to continue with this, I think, next time around and just try and set it up. Yeah, but it's I think it'll be okay. It's not that bad, Horsey, honestly. Even if you look at this stuff over here, so electric control rods are easy to make, you know, stators and AI limiters, or if you want to use the high-speed connectors, crystal oscillators, yeah, they're not that bad to make. Bit of rubber, so on, and some rotors. Everybody can make rotors. And the case uranium cells themselves, it's just silica, sulfur, quick wire, and uranium. So it's not that. It sounds tricky, but it's not. You know what I mean? These 3 things are easy to make. These 3 are you know, basically basic items. The fun stuff is over here, but even this is not bad. Uranium waste, which you get from that anyway. Nitric acid is just, you know, water and nitrogen, water and sulfur together. Some aluminium casings, and then the end phase, steel beams, more control rods, and heat sinks. It's going to be a lot of heat sinks, you know. So kind of need to get the aluminium up and running so we can have heat sinks and batteries. So batteries for the drones, heat sinks for the for this, and aluminium casings for this as well. So one step at a time, mate. We'll just do it one step at a time. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to stop streaming. We're going to knock off for a second. We'll go to the 5-minute break in about, well, 3 minutes. Actually, we can talk for another 2 minutes, and then we'll load into one of the other games, because who was it asking earlier on? I think Ash was asking about trains. Train crossroads, yep. So Ash is still hanging out here somewhere. We'll go and have a look at that. And yeah, have a look at the other save, which has the old nuclear power plant in it. And it's quite interesting. It takes a long time to load though. So I run the ads now. I'll run the ads now. So we've saved this game, so I'm going to get out of here. Let's just go back to the main menu. And we're going to jump into either take the update 7 no manifolds build or the Neki Town, not the Neki Town one. Local village. It says apparently heat sinks temporarily fixed. I'm not sure how true that is or not. But that doesn't have very many trains in it. So we go for the no manifolds build. That has a bunch of trains in it. So have a look at that. It's going to be a complete disaster. Nothing's going to work because, well, that's not true. Lots of things are not going to work. But we might be able to quickly fix some of them. So we'll have a quick go at that for 30, 40 minutes or something. And then we'll knock off after that. So I'm going to load it. I'm going to send you to the intermission screen, run the ads on Twitch, and I'll see you back in 5 minutes. Don't go away.
Oh, shit! I was just about to pop my cookies!
All right. Welcome back. This is the no manifold save. So, I'm pretty sure everything's going to run out here. Still running at 60,000 megawatts, but that's going to break pretty quick because the power stuff has all changed. So we need to quickly make a train if we can and head off and figure out if we can fix it or not. So let's jump in here. The hell was that? So watch out for trains coming the other way. There's a lot of oil trains and stuff floating around here now that we never used to have. So let's see if we can get through without causing too many crashes. The coal power should still be okay. Nothing coming down here. It's an oil train going up. There's one nip through here. It shouldn't break us. The tower looks like it's crooked, to be honest. We need to quickly run through and check the recipes on the fuel plant, and then we need to go down and underclock all of the fuel generators, and there's a lot of them. Otherwise they're going to run out of fuel. Unless it sort of magically did it itself. Which it might have done. Okay, so we're going to keep going to the left here. Go down to the left here. And we'll just jump off our train in a second over here. Okay. Right, come here. Stop, train. Okay, stop. Oh, really? You have to be stopped? Then you'll delete? Yes, right. Well, let's go quickly through here and have a look. 98%. Don't think this recipe has changed at all though. 98%. There's not quite enough crude coming in, but it could just be because it's only just started up again. It should be producing the right amount of crude. No, if it's all 98, then it's going to be alright. Also 98. I guess it's just a startup thing. Also. Yeah, okay. So how much have we got coming out here? We've got 300 per pipe, right? Each of these 300. Each of these is 300 per minute. So I think we're going to need to turn all these down. Otherwise they're all going to run out of fuel. Oh, and there's no power here. Let's find one to check. Assuming 250, 20 per minute. To put this back to 150, wasn't it? 12 per minute, and it's let's just check how many do we have on a pipe. Each pipe has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so 15 per pipe. So a single pipe, it's got that, it's got this, and it's got that. So this is a single pipe coming in. Oh, yep. What's my math here? It's not straight either, is it? Oh, it doesn't have to be straight. That comes from here. Okay, so this gets split 3 ways. 1, 2, 3. That goes into 5. 15, is it 30? Oh geez, look out, there's big things around here. Better watch out for them. Let me check the inside one here. So this pipe here, max flow of 600 per minute. And it's feeding 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? 5, and that's then 25? $25, yeah? Okay. And 25 times 12. Times 12, 300. So they have to consume at 12. Means they all have to be 150. They all have to be that. Which means we're going to lose a lot of power. Or does it? Interesting. Okay. Going to be a lot of copy pasting. Okay. Did I just paste it? Did I paste it? No, it doesn't work. You're joking. There's no copy paste. There's no copy paste. Do I have to redo the pipes? Do I have to redo the pipes? Now that. Well, it's 300. I can do it another way, right? I've got to work out what 300 is. So if it's, that's just 20 per thing. If I bring this down to 15, I have to turn off 10 out of every 25. Right? That should do the trick. So if I put that back up again. And off. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And do the same thing here. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Because it should be split up. There should be another 25 down there. It's 25 here in each row. Same thing over there. So we do the same thing here. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then down the same thing here. This will be a bit tedious for a few minutes while we sort this out. Could just disconnect them as well. Because they have to do the same on the other side as well. Okay, well those 4 banks should now be okay. Do the same thing here. Yeah, I'm losing lots of power. A bit of that than losing all my power. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, The other ones are slightly different, really arranged, which is kind of helpful. Okay, 10 on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Down here. Run out of fuel here. And we'll be able to come back and check this in a little bit. Well, a little bit. Next time we load it up, see if it's all still running. If it was going to pack up, it wouldn't actually take too long. So honestly, we'll see. This is what you can do. You can either set up something like this, okay, which none of it's overclocked, yeah, but it's a lot of stuff, you know, to make some power, or just, you know, go nuclear. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think this is a single pipe to each 5, isn't it? Something like that. Yeah, so it's to do 5 here and then 5 at the back. Or 10 here and then 10 at the back, sorry. Two, 3. Oh, man, fine. After this, we can go for a tour around the world, see what it looks like and what's still running. I know the quartz plant is probably broken. You know, I did plan to get that up and running and fix it a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it's I never finished that. Just to do that one, right? Yep. 3, 4, and 5. Put that up right. Yep, good. 5 of these. I will soon see if I've got it wrong or right, because if I've got it wrong, then the fluids over the other side will back up. Actually need to nip right down the end. Turn off 10 at the end and then 10 at the other end. So we're going to go forwards and backwards a little bit.
Oh, shit. I was just about to pop my cookies.
But then we should be good, I hope. Nothing's actually running out there, which is interesting. Well, I guess the pipes are emptying out underneath. Okay. We'll do the ones over this side as well, actually, while we're here. And work our way back to the other way. And then we'll be good. Off. Off. Boom, boom. At least it's an easy fix, yeah. Nothing worse than having to go through and change all these lemon ratios to 60% on all of them. Ugh. I wonder if I start to build something here as well. So these ones. I lose a lot of power. It's a bit of a shame. And clearly a lot of power. Okay, and then only a few more to go. We got these ones here. But I remember it was a bit of a nightmare to get some of these things up and running properly. You had to turn a whole bunch of fuel generators off to get the pipes underneath all filled up, but it all got working in the end. And you can clearly see everything's at more or less full, so it all worked just fine. Okay, so we've got the slide here. So we've got the last ones on this side and then the last 10 on the other side. And then the power is sorted. Sorted out, hopefully, anyway. And then it's going to be 1 o'clock. And then it'll be time to go to bed. Or time to do a quick tour and then go to bed. We can find the tourist train, wherever that happens to be. That's always a great train to jump on. Okay, 10 on the other side. And then we're done. Planning on building 20 factory floors, apparently. Know why? And this one here. Okay, and that's the last one. So hopefully that's our limit now. It's down to 36,000. From 60 with a max consumption of 62, which is clearly not good if we ever get that high. There's a tourist train. That's a tourist train. Perfect, we can grab that and follow it around. If we can get to it fast enough. Doodle doodle doo doo. Oh yeah, we got to it. We get to it. So now you'll get to have a world tour. We'll bring us back here. We'll jump on this train, which is the tourist train. And we'll just follow it around, see where it goes. And remind ourselves of what on earth we did in this world. And how laggy it is, or how laggy it was. If anybody's got any questions as we're cruising along, please sing out. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy the ride. Grab a drink. Don't forget to hydrate. I have to turn down the intensity of these lights at some point. This is the big the water tower that we're heading up at the moment. It's a nice view over the rest of the world, or at least this part of the world. Goes all the way to the waterfall at the top here. Nice long spiral. Here we go. Gonna stop in at the overview. It gets us all the way from the bottom to the top. There's a nice little feature on the top there. It's supposed to light up like a bit of a water tower. That's the idea. And now we're going to head through the forest. Let's see where we're off to next. To tell us next station is station 20. Well, that's a good one. There's a bunch of train tracks. There's like a big, massive loop that goes around the edge of the world, and then there's a few tracks that crisscross it through the middle here. So this is one of them. Runs through the red forest. There's some quartz nodes off to the side here. We're picking up some quartz for the quartz factory. Over to that side there's some oil. We're picking up and taking to the big oil factory, which I guess we'll see as part of the tour. I think we even go past it here, do we? Looks like it. We have a nice little bypass track here, so we can nip around if anybody was going to stop there, which they're not. So yeah, that's just the oil nodes there. Picking that up takes it over to the oil factory, which is, you can't quite see it. It's over there somewhere. Oh, there might be some trees in the way. So now we're heading off to our station 22 story. Oh, there we go, more trees. Now we're heading down our layered spiral. Just a homage to the old conveyor lifters we used to build back in the day. And this is the coming down to join the loop again. It goes around the world. There's a train coming to pick up some quartz that we're about to go past. This one here. So he's heading off to the quartz nodes up the top, and we'll head off to the quartz factory, which is over by the swamp. Now where are we going now? Are we going left now? Are we? Okay. We're going down to look at the going past the steel factory, so we're going to go. We'll see the nuclear stuff as well as we're coming past. So that's the nuclear power plants up the top there. Not completed yet, but they kind of slowly getting ready. I guess we'll come back to this world at some point and try to finish that off so we can get that running properly. Or let's see if we can get it running at all. So coming up on the right here is the steel factory, which is also going to be clearly broken actually, because one of the coal nodes has disappeared from here. So that's actually going to be completely broken. So why don't we just jump off this? I'll grab that train in just a second, and I'll turn the syncing system on here if I can find the switch. Where's the switch? Where's the switch? Damn it. I don't see it. Where's the power switch? I have a power switch here, so I sit down here. Where are you? Is it up here? Oh, I'm going to miss the train. I don't want to miss the train. That's here, isn't it? Steel production. Turn it off. That'll turn that off. That'll start syncing all of the items instead of setting the coal and steel at the top. I can grab the train here again in a second. So that's the nuclear setup there. And the idea is we have some water containers going up and down. There, and there's going to be a water processing plant down the bottom there. This is the steel pickup point, so there's supposed to be quite a bit of steel beams and rods being made over there. It's going to have some issue. I'm going to have to fix it, obviously. This is where we jumped in before into the game, so it's just going to take us past the through the oil processing area, and then we're going to head back that way again. So the train sort of goes a bit of a funny way around the world. And we won't see the water tower over there that we went up just before. Yeah, so we're going to come up here. This is oil processing. So the idea is all the oil in the world will come in here into these stations, be dropped off and pumped across to all the oil processing on the other side there. Actually, since we're waiting for that train, we can get out and have a quick look. So this is still a work in progress. There was, well, there is, trying to come up some good designs on how the buildings should look. But basically there's a whole bunch of crude processing going over, and all that stuff over there is making plastic and rubber. And once it all gets up and running, it'll be a lot. Problem is, of course, we don't have enough powder and everything. So there's that. But it'll look good when it's running, if we ever get it running. Right, it's the going dock. So the idea of this world was not only to have no manifolds anywhere, it was also to try and have a lot of trains running. So the idea is that like all the oil in the world gets collected and comes here. Except I think the exception was for the stuff on the Spire Coast, which we're turning into fuel at the moment. So that was kind of the idea, but not all the oil has been tapped yet. Of course, only I think probably a quarter of the oil, maybe if we are lucky, has been taken so far. Yeah, so now we head back to the other side of the world, and we'll actually end up back at the main base. And once we get there, we'll call it quits for tonight. So yeah. So have you got any questions, Ash? Sing out, mate. Or any comments? If you think it's rubbish. But it might be fun to jump back in here and fix a few things. Why are you stopping here? Northern Desert East? Okay. Well, I mean, if we've got to stop here, we've got to stop here. It is quite cool to see all the trains sort of running around different parts of the world. And, we have just a lot more to go. A lot more trains to get up and running than we have already at the moment. There's a train coming past. Oh, that's the one coming to pick up. I say quartz, but I think that's actually an oil train, that one. We have an oil node that we're just picking up 2 wagons from. Yeah, this one here, this one that's coming towards us. That one there. That needs to be a path signal, I guess. Yeah, so there's a few nodes that we're pulling 3 wagons from. There's a few that we're pulling 2 wagons from. Because we want each wagon to basically have 450 crude oil per minute on it, because that's the way the refineries are all set up to handle that 450 oil per minute. So that's what we want them to bring in. And we have like 3 or 4 trains running to each oil pickup point. And it seems to work out quite well if the train fills up and then it just waits for like 3 minutes and then heads off and the next train comes in. And it seems to give quite a stable throughput. Yeah, so that's the idea behind that. So now we head over to the other part of the world. Where's the spiral going up? So the forest that we just came down before. There's a train station here. It's not used for anything yet. But there are a few nodes around here that might be useful to exploit later on, but right at the moment we're not doing anything with that. But it has a loop on either end, so trains can nip around and get backwards and forwards. There's a bit of oil over here that we're picking up, sending back to the main factory. You see a train filling in there now. Alright, so let's go see the rest of the world, I guess. Not exploited very many nodes in this area at all. Plenty to do. There's lots of coal here we could pick up as well. And so see down there to the left, there's another oil field we're picking up. It's not very well designed yet, but it is working. That's giving us 2 wagons per minute, and there's a tracks heading off there, which are going to go around to the Spire Coast eventually and pick up oil and other products from around there. It's a small loop running around the northern desert here, or the desert, sorry. And then there's a nice little interchange here. Lets us go in and out wherever we want. So we don't bother going up the northern route, because all it's doing is picking up a bit of quartz. This is our quartz drop-off point for the quartz factories here. which are probably not running properly. I tried to set this up to cater for the changes when with all these nodes were pulled out here, so like there's no quartz nodes here anymore. But I'll have to come back at some point and check it. There's clearly no quartz coming out of there, and these are all sitting on things that don't have anything. This is even being switched to an iron node, so that kind of helps a lot. Now we're just going to wait for this train to get out of the way, and then we can jump back on this one. I'll jump back on it anyway. This one also has a 3-minute delay on it, the train in front of us here. So we're just waiting for that to get out of the way, and then we can carry on. We can come and do our own stop and then carry on. This will take a little bit of fixing. Yeah. And so we're not exploiting anything here in the swamp yet. Tried to build some rails going down there, but don't actually do anything there yet. Most of the activity is in the grassy fields, so we'll see that in a few minutes. Hopefully if this other train gets out of our way. Hope it's not stuck here waiting to fill up. I don't think it is. I think we just caught it at a bad time. Very peaceful here. Come on, train, go. Must have been 3 minutes already. Count it down there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! The annoying thing. But we can't hurry it up. We just said, oh, there it is. It's going. Damn it. Wanted to show you inside the factory, but now this is completely balanced quartz factory. So I was taking, I don't know how much in, and it's inside. It's all just splitters everywhere. Looks really cool. Looks really cool. Just full of constructors making quartz crystal. So it makes quite a bit. Alright, so we're just stopping here for a second, doing the load-unload procedure, which we're not unloading or anything, and then we're going to head off, and we'll be back in the central desert, in the grassy plains. There we go. So you can clearly see nothing down there yet. Tracks running down, but not doing anything. I think we have a quad carriageway across here because I kind of figured this would be quite a few trains running in along here, so it might be worthwhile having the ones that go down and up join on a separate track here before merging into the main stuff later on. That's Quartzy Boy 2, I guess. Nothing else coming behind us. There's a little bit of oil we're pulling up from the, we'll say from the Blue Lagoon. What is it? It's a Crater Lake area down here. Not much though. We have a second line here which goes through basically up to the Purple Forest again. It meets us up there. And there's a little bit of bauxite production going on here basically because we need it for the aluminium. That's more or less all that's happening here. It's a bit of bauxite and maybe there's some plastic and rubber. I don't think there's very much coming through there at all. Oh, stop, boy, stop. Wow, he stopped quickly. I think that was a bit of a mistake there. And then we're back where we started from. Well, no, we're not back where we started from. We're back at base. Back where the game started us, or where we started the game, I should say. These things are the right way. gonna be funny looking at all this stuff again. That train there is our supply train, which we don't need anymore because we have Mercer Spheres, but when I was playing this game we didn't. And we're going to jump in here, have a look at the main train station, which is a central point here where everything's going to come in. And then we're just going to jump off this train and let it go and do its own thing. Yeah, so this is central station where all the trains come in. We have a bunch of drop-off points, and underneath we have some sorting stuff going on. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it does kind of work as buffering systems so that when stuff gets dropped off, gets thrown into these industrial containers here, two at a time, and then gets slowly pulled off onto these belts, and they run over to where they would eventually be processed, but at the moment there's nothing happening there. Yeah, so over there is where the space elevator is and everything else is going on, and that was the design of how we're going to lay out sort of the central factory area, and it was going to be the all the sort of so space elevator component manufacturing was going to go on inside there, hence the particle accelerator at the top, because at that stage nuclear pasta was the last item. Clearly it's not anymore, so that would have to be redesigned. Yeah, that's it. This is the main base. This was my train design area where I was putting a few blueprints together for update 1 to try and get a few things to see if they would work. Yeah, we have a bunch of iron smelting going on over here, which is probably still working because I don't think the purity of the nodes that we're using for this has changed very much. I have a nice central storage area here. Yeah, just nice and open, and we have probably no summer sloops and no Mercer Spheres, at least there. Probably in here. 28 and 16. Okay, well that's, I mean, not too bad. I'm going to guess the MAM has quite a few research trees left open now. Yeah, my Celia is a bit broken. I could fix that easy. Power slugs. Yeah, we don't have time crystals and sulfur. Yeah, okay, rocket fuel. It's clear we don't have those things yet. Yeah, so that's it. That's a tour of this world, which, like I said, hopefully is still running. Seems to be stable at 36,000. Let's check that. What's 36,000 divided by 150? It's 240. Makes sense, I think. Because it used to be that 400. I thought we had 300 there. That's 45,000 that we had before. Yep, that would kind of make sense. We lost 2/5 of it, more or less. What the? I don't want to get in the cyber wagon. No, no. I did not want to drive the cyber wagon. Give me away from the cyber wagon. Anywho, that's that. Going to save that there. Call that fuel fixed or something. Fuel fixed. So we won't die. Alright. Anybody still here? Shall we go and raid someone? Who's still in the chat? Horsey's still here and Mail's still here, so let's see if we can find somebody who's up and about. Let's confirm that and get back to the not to the desktop, sorry. Go back to the main menu. Recommendation, Horsey. Do. Who's doing satisfactory that we know? Anybody? It's loop from popular to unpopular. High to low. Oh, my horse is up again. We did him a few days ago. Somebody called Frozen Balls. Who's Wade Wiley? English, low energy. Have a quick look. Let me have a quick listen to him. Looks like he might be doing nuclear as well. Oh, let's go raid him, shall we? Oh. Use bad language. I suppose that's alright. Wade Wiley. Right, shall we go, boys? We'll go. We'll go. Thanks very much for coming along, hanging out. Have a great evening, Horsey. Nice to see you again. Ash, thanks for coming in, man. Guys, all the chats earlier on was brilliant. Mel, if you're still here, thanks everyone. It was great watching you all chat to each other. Have a great day / evening, and we'll see you soon. Let's go.